Okay, let's talk about grip pressure. This is something that comes up a lot in my lessons, and I want to just make some clarifications about the grip pressure when you're playing golf. There's a lot of sayings about the grip pressure, so you should hold the club as if you're squeezing a tube of toothpaste, or as if you're holding a little bird. For me, those don't work, simply because when you're playing golf, if you're playing golf well, you are hitting the ball hard. And so in order to hit something hard, you do need some grip pressure so that you can control the club and stop it twisting in your hands and exert as much force as possible. And I would say that for women particularly, women tend to grip the club too lightly, which means that they can't support the club enough and they can't hit the ball as hard as they potentially could. For men who have stronger hands and forearms, then there is a risk of holding the club too tightly, which then does all kinds of things with preventing the club from closing correctly because the arms don't work correctly in the swing. So for some stronger guys, then you might want to just be aware of whether you're gripping the club too hard or not. But we've got to find that happy medium in between. Okay, so you need to be able to grip the club tightly enough so that you can control it and you can hit something hard, but not too tightly where everything locks up. Okay, so try and get away from that idea that you should hold the club as if you're holding a tube of toothpaste or a light bird. And try and be aware of how tightly your hands are holding the club so that you can hold the club firmly, you can move it around, it's not going to flop out of the hands, it never moves out of your fingers, but you don't want to hold to the extent where everything in your forearms has locked up. Okay, so if on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 is you're gripping the club so lightly it's literally going to fall out of your hands, and 10 is where you're gripping and you physically cannot hold any harder and you can feel the muscles in your arms starting to pop out, then I would recommend holding the club about 5 or 6, for women maybe up to 7, because we need to have support and control of the club. Okay, so I'm not advocating holding the club as hard as you physically can, but also I'm going to try and get you away from thinking that you have to hold the club really lightly in order for your arms to work correctly. So for me, holding the club at about 6 or 7 is going to give me enough support over the club. I'm going to be able to control it, I'm going to be able to use my arms correctly, and I'm going to be able to maximize my potential when I hit the ball. Okay, so the takeaway here is there's lots of myths about how hard you should grip the club. We need some amount of pressure so that you can control it. So don't buy into that tube of toothpaste, holding a light bird analogy. It's not going to help you. We don't want you to go to the other extreme either, where everything is locked up, but find that happy medium where you've got good control over your club, but you're not strangling it to death. All right, I hope that helps. Check out some of our other videos, see if they also help your game. Thanks.